Hey y'all, it is Messy Monday. It ain't no makeup today. Pardon my southern language. No, but seriously, it's Monday and I just had too much to do. And I didn't have time for makeup because I got so much stuff coming in from the garden. And I am trying to get supper done before Elvis gets home. And I am making, I've already made the big old pot of vegetable soup with, I'll say, roughly at least 50% of what's in this big old pot of vegetable soup came from the garden. I got to do something with the vegetables, so I'm like, I'm not really fond of having hot soup in the middle of hot summer, like it's in the 90s out there, but that's what we're having for supper. And I'm juggling right now. I've got pretty much got the soup done outside of browning a little bit of ground beef and onions to go in there. Got to add my garlic too, so hold on. Forgot to put the garlic in. So we're having homemade vegetable soup and jalapeno cheese cornbread. And that's what I'm about to start on right now. Gotta find me a bowl. Do not look at my messy kitchen behind me. Okay, don't judge. This is Monday and I'm trying to catch up from the weekend. So I gotta get something to mix the cornbread up in. And y'all, if you ever doubted jalapenos, cheese, and onions in your cornbread, I did. But I tried it. And that's the only kind of cornbread I want now. Find me a bowl. Okay. This will be good enough. So, first thing, stir that up. That should be about done. I think my daughter just got in. Who is this? Somebody just walked in the door and... Lindsay, is that you? I don't know. Somebody just walked in my door and nobody else is home but me. Okay, so hold on a second. This ground beef is done, so I got to drain this first and get it in the soup. That's that. Put that in there. Stir that in. Lindsay? Okay, I was just making sure. I figured that was you. I was doing a little bit of a video right now. I'm not live, but I'm doing a video.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay. It's all right. And I wish I had fresh potatoes, but I don't. So I'm using the canned potatoes in my soup. Oh yeah, it smells real good. It smells like that stuff that Miles has, that leather.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it smells like. Okay.
I hardly find any perfumes I like, so.
Yeah. So Ron should be home about 7:15, so I'm trying to have supper done by then. We'll see. Almost.
Side note, it's a perfume I just got.
Okay, let me see. Okay, she just walked in with this perfume she just got. It smells pretty good. Where'd you get it?
Branded Western wear.
Branded Western wear. Okay.
It was only $30.
Not bad. It smells good. So, and while I'm cutting these potatoes up, dropping them in the soup, and I'm about to mix up, how about turning that oven on 400? turn the oven on 400. I had to just do a short little errand earlier, and as I was out, I could not notice. Now this is July, y'all, July 17th. How unusually hazy it is here.
Turn it on what, Mom?
400. And I'm like, this is not our normal haze. Hot and hazy, yeah, but usually when we have hot and hazy, it's the haze starts coming in around 4, 5 o'clock when the sun, you know, is on its way to start heading down. I'm like, could this be the haze from the forest fires? Y'all, now I just talked to Ron a few minutes ago, and I don't know if it's on the radio down here or what, but he said the haze is from the forest fires all the way down here in Alabama. Can you believe that?
Someone was coming from over there. They're like driving right here.
At the garbage.
And there was 2 bunnies.
Yeah, I saw. Oh, in the garden?
No, not in the garden. Like there was a mama bunny and then there was her little baby.
Well, okay, now I'm about to put this cornbread together. And while I'm putting this cornbread together, get the cast iron skillet right here. Get this one. Sorry, just take just take a paper towel and wipe this out. It's all good. And then we're gonna put some of that bacon grease in there and put that in the oven so it can start heating up. Back to the cornbread, y'all. Okay, start off with buttermilk. I don't measure. But I'm gonna say that was about a cup. That's about a cup. I usually put 2 eggs in. Unfortunately, I only have 1. So put 1 egg in. And I do use self-rising cornmeal, but okay. Put that in there, and that's probably about, I'm gonna say about 2 cups. So put that in there. And then, that's good. Yeah, put that in the oven. And we always have, if we have bacon grease, I put bacon grease in a cast iron skillet and let that be heating up good while I get the cornbread mix ready. I'm looking for something to mix with. Here we go. I put a big scoop of mayonnaise in. Once I get that in there, I should have had the onion cut up, but I'm about to have to cut up a little chunk of onion here because that goes in it too. About this much, but I'm going to dice it up really, really small. That's about maybe 1/3 of a medium-sized onion. Sorry, y'all. I'm not a professional. And I probably should have had all this stuff diced up so you don't have to wait till the next step. But that's just how I do it. And again, as I've said before in other videos, if I knew how to go in there and edit and cut some of the time out, I would. But I don't. So I don't. I said I was going to cut it up in little bitty pieces, but you know what? That's as good as it gets right there because I'm kind of in a hurry. I want all this done before hubby gets home. Keep the soup stirred. Oh dang, I turned it off. It's supposed to be still going. Okay. What else? Got the buttermilk. Oh, the jalapeno peppers. No, I need something else. I need this. I get about a spoonful of jalapeno peppers. I'm gonna dice those up real fast. These are a lot easier to do than onions. Okay. And that's about how many jalapenos. Doesn't take many. Okay. And because I always want to make sure my cornbread rises good, although it is self-rising, I still go back and put a little bit of baking soda in it. Not baking soda, baking powder. If I can find my baking powder. Where is it? Okay, okay. It's around here somewhere. I just saw it the other day. There you are. Baking powder. And I usually put about that much right there of baking powder. And then one other ingredient that I use. If I had more baking grease, I would use baking grease, but being that I don't have a huge amount of baking grease, because who can afford bacon today? I put a little bit of olive oil in there. And this is about a tablespoon of olive oil. Now, that's all I put in there, except for the cheese, and I'll put that in after I get this blended up a little bit, stirred in. And you never put the buttermilk back in the refrigerator, because for sure, you're going to need more buttermilk. So don't put the buttermilk back in the refrigerator. See what I mean? Your cornbread should not look like biscuit dough. And the older, the more expired your buttermilk is, the better your biscuits and the better your cornbread will be. You see the expiration date. I'm gonna go ahead and use all of it. Now I have to put buttermilk back on the list. Okay. And again, you, if you have a cast iron skillet, cornbread is best in a cast iron skillet, so they say. So while I mix this up, I put the bacon grease, what bit of bacon grease I have, in the cast iron skillet, and let that get good and hot. I will be cooking this on 400, and I will put it on next to the bottom shelf of the oven. And I think that's good enough. Now I'm going to add the cheese. And I don't know, this is probably about a cup. Okay, it's got a measurement on here. What does it say? Cup. That's about a cup and a half of cheese. Probably don't need that much, but I like cheese. Okay. We could call it cheese bread instead of cornbread. But that's onions, jalapeno, and cheese. You know, just use your own cornbread recipe and add cheese, jalapenos, and onion to it. That's all. So I don't know what that was. Okay. Now I'm going to pull the hot skillet out of the oven. On the bottom. Kids. Okay. And then you just wiggle that bacon grease around, make sure all sides are coated. And you will know that your skillet is good and hot enough if it sizzles a little bit when you pour it in. It didn't sizzle. Wasn't in there long enough, but that's okay. I'm trying to hurry. Okay. I'm gonna scrape out every bit of it. Because you don't want this stuff to go to waste. I don't know if I've done this before on a video. Maybe I have, I'm not sure. But smooth it all out. And it may seem a little thick in there, but it's because it's got all that cheese. Stay there. Pop it in the oven. And that will take probably a good 20 minutes for it to cook. And everything should be done by the time hubby gets home. I really thought I thought it'd take longer for me to do this. Only been here 17 and a half minutes. Okay, so I hope y'all all watched how I did that cornbread. But I will tell you again, if you don't want to follow my recipe so far as the cornbread, use your own and just add those 3 ingredients. The peppers, the cheese, and the onion. And you will not be disappointed. Okay? So, now I'm going to try to get some of this mess cleaned up while the cornbread's cooking. So I hope y'all enjoy this recipe. I will put all the ingredients I just used here, Lord willing, on the description if you're interested. So maybe there will be makeup video tomorrow, but oh look, y'all, let me show you this haze. I know my hair, well, I don't, who cares? Well, can y'all see out there? Do y'all see how hazy that is? That is not a normal July hazy day, and it's looked like this all day. This is crazy. Okay, that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get my kitchen straightened up some, and we'll see y'all later.